Hi, I'm Tanya from My Vinyl Cut, and I'm going to show you how I do my water slide decals. So I'm going to just put my phone here on the stand. And these are the water slide decals that I sell in my shop. I pre-printed some of these, and these are printed on clear. So it's not 100% necessary to trim off every single bit of the white paper backing because it's clear, but you do, I suggest trimming pretty close. So I'm gonna put this on the bottom of this little jar. I don't necessarily know that it fits, but this is just for video purposes. So you trim away. If it's clear, it doesn't have to be exact. Would much rather have a little bit of the white showing rather than cutting into your image like I did. Throw that away, and you put it right in water. This is just plain water. There's no soap. It's not hot, it's not cold, it's just room temperature water. And they do curl up. So anytime I have ever used water slide decal paper, whether it's clear or white, no matter the brand, I've tried several different brands, they all curl. So just hold your fingers down, and then once you press it back down, it kind of stays. But you let the backing get saturated. You just sit there and hold it for, I don't know, 30 seconds. It seems like forever. It's not real quick, but you let it sit for a little while. And then after a little while, you take your fingers like this and you see if it slides off. And it's starting to slide off. So you kind of shake it a little bit. You find your surface. You want to dip your finger in the water and you want to wet it. I should have done that ahead of time, but luckily this is small and I can just hold it with one hand. You just wet your surface so you can slide it around. I don't know if you can see, but you take it like this and place it where you want it. And you want to place it real close to where you want it, because it's hard. You can move it around a little bit, but you can't necessarily like change positions. So put it in the place where you want it, hold it down with your finger, and then you just slide the backing out. It's just as simple as that. Throw that away. And then you can move it around a little. Now the thing is there's water underneath it because you put water down, and you know it came from water. So you want to take a paper towel and you want to hold it in place, and you want to squeegee out the water. Now this was printed on an eco-solvent printer, so this ink is waterproof. It's not going to come off. But if you use inkjet that you printed from your home desktop printer, you have to spray seal it or the ink will just dissolve. If you spray seal it, the ink will stay on there. But during this process, you have to be careful because you can just scrape off the sealant and the ink. I've had customers do that and be mad thinking I sent an inferior product, but it was really their user error that caused the problem. So be careful when you're squeegeeing this out. I've seen people use laser printed and do this, but you still just, you know, you don't want to be too aggressive with this process right here. So you just squeegee the water out. You can pat it dry. Just be careful because it does still move around a little bit. And then you just leave it. Now this is clear, so you can't hardly see it. I'm gonna put another one on the side. I have this, it says arsenic. These, and see, I'm gonna trim away because that's gonna leave a huge piece on there. So I'm gonna trim. I'm not real good with scissors. That's why I bought a vinyl cutter. I bought my first vinyl cutter because I had a Girl Scout troop and we were always making little swaps. Swaps are little tiny crafts that you attach a pin to, and they pin them on their hat, or you can pin them on a sash, and you pin them on a little bag. Like we made purses that we pin swaps to. Inside the purse we put our swaps that we made. We go to events and we swap those little things that we made with other troops. So see, I trimmed, but it's not like exact. You put it in, see, it's, I don't know if you can tell, but it curled. So you just hold it down so it doesn't curl. And then once you push it down, it pretty much stays. But you let it sit. After I do this clear one, I'm going to show you a white one. So I'll show you the difference. So this is a clear jar, and these are clear waterslide decals. So they're not going to show up a lot, but the actual art is vintage-y, like vintage inspired art. So the clear waterslide on the clear jar even adds to that vintage look. So it's starting to slide. Wet it, put it in the area where you want it. I don't know if you can see. You kind of hold it, and then you just slide the backing out. The backing slides out really easy on all decals that I've ever used. If it doesn't, then you probably didn't leave it in long enough, and then you can adjust, you know, make it straight, move it a little, trying to line it up with the logo on the back. I got these little jars at Michael's. We went and booed our neighbors last night, and I had a bunch of friends over, and we all made these. So you can see it. You see the edge, the clear edge around there? So you do see it. So you probably want to do a better job than I did. I'm not very patient. I don't usually make stuff, but if you guys are patient and you want to make it look real nice, you can trim around the edge real well. So that's clear. I'm going to show a white one. So I have this. I printed on white. It's actually too big. So I'm probably going to just chop the bottom off. It's still going to be big, but it's just for, so it says Secret Witch's Potion, and there's some stuff at the bottom. You can hardly read it because it's real vintagey, but I chopped it off so it'll fit. It's still going to be a little big, but you just want to make sure if you print these, you print them to the size you need. If you order them from someone, usually they can accommodate your specific size, but you just definitely need to contact the seller first, because not everyone has the ability to scale, size, edit their images, especially if they bought the images. I don't know what kind of program they're using. I don't know how, you know, savvy they are with software, like design software. They might not know how to size it. So you want to ask them first. That's just I mean, a lot of people ask me, and I can tell them if I can do it or not. But okay, so I cut that. Now this is white. It does need to be trimmed perfectly around so you don't see any white. Actually, I see a tiny bit of white there. Like I said, this is just for, yeah, and see, I cut it at an angle. I ruined it, but I'm terrible at this. Hopefully you'll take your time and be a little bit better. So same thing, you soak it in water. The only difference in white to this point is you need to trim it exact, or you'll see white around the edge. And then everything else, as far as applying it goes, is the same. So the thing about this clear is that if you put it on a dark surface, it'll just blend in and it won't be seen. So it needs to be on a white or light background, because remember, the paper backing is white, and that's what it looks like if it's on white. If you add any color to it, it's going to change the look of it just a little. So it would be cool if it were on like a light brown, a tan, a cream, and off-white. I mean, it still just needs to be light, like close to white. But this white is totally opaque. You cannot see through it at all. So it can go on any color. And it's not see-through at all, so I'll show you the difference on a clear. So see how much that stands out? I'm going to try to pull it down to the bottom as much as I can, because this is curved. Now remember, just like decals, you can't really put this on a curved surface because it buckles, it wrinkles, it creases. So be careful with like wine glasses. But here that is. And I do have this circle printed in white, but that's way too big. It's way too big. And actually it would look good here too. These are old apothecary labels that were, I'm just gonna leave it, but there's the difference in clear water slide, white water slide on a clear jar. So hopefully that helps you understand between the two. I wish I had more cups or surfaces to put them on so you can see like different colors, what it looks like. But so I'm Tanya from My Vinyl Cut. You can purchase these water slide decals on my website and my Etsy shop. I sell stalls, heat transfer vinyl. I have a basement workshop, and this is where I store everything and make everything. I have a cutting table, and I have that's where I store those two. Let's see if I can figure this out. Now I can't. This and this are where I store my cut sheets ready to be shipped. These are big. There's my stalls. These both are stalls. That's the pink craft press. That's how I started my business. And then I got the Hottronics Fusion IQ. And then these are my huge rolls of vinyl. And that's where I print my vinyl. And I have two. I call them my twins. I have two roll-on Versacams, and I have more vinyl right here. And then these are my scraps. And then this is another cutting table, which is where I'm working. And let's see, I sell rolls. That's my foil I use and sell in sheets. And then I have rolls that I also sell. But here's where I keep a lot of my stuff. So this is my new workshop. I just moved from Florida, where I worked out of my cabana. Those are that's a bunch of stuff I sell. It's like 12 by 12 sheets of printed stuff and water slide decals that are pre-printed. And then this is my cutting table. I've got a bunch of stuff on it. We were booing our neighbors last night, and those are 3 little sections we didn't do. But I print water slide decals, so hopefully if you have any questions, you can ask me and I can help you out. So just like, share, subscribe, all that stuff. And you can check out My Vinyl Cut on Etsy, Amazon, eBay, and my website, myvinylcut.com. So, oh, and if you are interested in purchasing these, I have them listed. And if you need to know who the artist is, you can contact me and I'll share that information with you. Thanks. Bye-bye.